G'day legends, I hope you're all fantastic. On today's video, we're gonna have a blast with this Marshall SV20. It's part of their studio series. Essentially, it's a 20-watt Plexi. There are some extra options like an effects loop and a low power mode, which I think kicks it down to about 5 watts, but the front panel looks exactly the way you want it to look on here. So I'm just gonna plug straight into this thing and make a bunch of noise. I love hitting the standby switch and getting that bacon sizzling in a pan kind of sound on there. This is a PRS SE DGT on the bridge humbucker. There's only one chord to play when you first plug a Marshall in. That's right, A for AC/DC. This is an angry little thing. I love it on there. I haven't even touched the EQ settings that Martin had when I picked the amp up. For anyone curious, the presence control is at around 6 or 7, mid and treble are at around 6, bass is at around 3 or 4, and I've basically just been playing with loudness 1 and loudness 2 to, I guess, change how bright or dark the amp is. It is jumpered, so if I unjumper it on here and we just have a listen to loudness 1, what I like with this guitar on the bridge humbucker, wide open, and that loudness 1 quite low, it's pretty bright and spanky. Bright and spanky may have been an understatement right there. Once you get it to around like 11, 12 o'clock on there, it really beefs itself up. That's that classic sound we all know and love. With the guitar with humbuckers on any Marshall style amp with this 4-input separate channel thing where you bridge the channels, very technical term there, having the loudness 2 control or the normal channel volume on there, like at most as high as you have loudness 1, is generally a pretty good place to start on there. So what I'll do is I'll just hit a chord just using the main channel on here, then I'll push this little patch cable in and we'll get the extra beef that this loudness 2 control provides. I've just got this one at, let's say, 6 out of 10 or 1 o'clock if you like, and this one is at noon. That's super fun with the coil split on this in the middle position on there. It's kind of got that faux Gretsch thing happening, which we know sounds very good into this style of amp. I'm going to connect a few boost pedals on here. I have a drive board, so thanks to the magic of television, I can let you hear a few drive pedals in front of this tone. It's funny that I'm adding boost pedals before touching the EQ on the amp, right? There's a few things you might want to experiment with if you've got particularly bright or dark speakers. One would be taking the treble control all the way down and pumping the presence all the way up. Let's hear that. But as you can hear there, there's generally a good reason why a lot of people tend to set Plexi style amps more or less the same, like lots of mid-range and treble, not a lot of bass. Get the presence control to where it works with your speaker. It is tried and tested over generations and generations now. Anyway, let's use that as a starting point. Even maybe slightly less gain on here. Both modes bridged. I'm going to kick in a Past Effects BLD on the boost mode on here. I've got the bass on the BLD all the way down, treble at noon, and I've got the overall volume at around 1 o'clock, which is a pretty good recipe for turning a classic rock amp into something that can maybe get a little bit thrashy. Let's try a Tube Screamer and then a Clone on there. I've got a Ryra clone with the gain quite low and the volume quite high. The treble control is at around noon, and then for the Tube Screamer, level and tone all the way up, drive all the way down. And finally, let's kick it with a way huge swollen pickle for some fuzz. Let's hear some Strat Tones now. I want to see if this thing gets its Blackmore on. I'm going to leave the bass up a little bit higher. I will bring the treble all the way down, actually, and turn the mids all the way up. I'm going to add way more of this normal channel volume in here just to fatten things up, and then I might kick in that BLD on there as well. Neck pickup, this is a Sir ML. Well, my secondary camera ran out of battery, so that's a good enough excuse to pull up stumps right here. I could play this little thing all day. It is nasty in all the right ways. It cleans up the way an old school Marshall circuit should. It's really nice and light and compact, and it's plenty loud if you were going to go and gig this. I really like the sort of vertical 212s that they've put out as part of this series as well. Gear Podcast co-host and friend of the channel, Troy Nababan, has one of those, so it'd be fun to shoot out one of those with one of these heads. I really want to check out the SV20H now and kind of compare it to this, because this thing passes the smell test for me. It's super fun to play through. That's the most important thing. The controls work the way I expect them to, and at the price that they're available for here in Australia, if you want to add a Marshall style amp or an old school Marshall style amp to your lineup, I'd grab this over an Origin. I know the Origins are cheaper, but to me, this one captures some of the magic of those old non-master volume Marshalls in there, and it'd probably make a really good format for doing some mods as well. I know Jason at Headfirst has done a bunch of videos with these amps, modding them. So, you know, it'd be one of those kind of things where it might be fun to pick this up, play it stock, and then down the track, if you want to get it Jose modded or something like that, it provides a pretty good little platform for that one. But for now, I want to say thank you to Martin for letting me borrow this amp. I think he's going to have a whole lot of fun with this one over the next couple of years, making noise and hopefully playing lots and lots of AC/DC and rainbow riffs through it. I'd love to know your thoughts on this amp and the Studio series as well. Do you have one of these? Do you have the SC or the JTM Studio? Let me know how you like them in the comment section below. And if you like what I'm doing here on the channel and you want to support me directly, links are in the video description. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time.